What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to talk to you about this master copy that I did by Robert Henri. Walk you through the process, talk to you about the value of doing a master copy and how you can do your own and why you should do your own. A couple of months ago, I was sick in bed, and that's when I ran across this picture on my computer, and I thought just from my bed that it would be a good art practice to do while I was sick. I grabbed some Vine charcoal and opened up my sketchbook and decided to go for it when I finished the drawing. I used the photo that I had taken when I was at the museum, brought my easel next to my bed and painted it. Once I got better and the painting was dry, then I took my sketchbook and went back to the Joslin Museum to compare what I had and take some notes. Opening up my sketchbook, that's when I started to really see all of my errors and all of the areas that I could then try to go on a second pass and to try and fix. Once I went back to the studio, that's really when the learning process started for me. I started to adjust my mistakes and pay a lot more attention to the details in the face, trying to get that subtle shifts in tonal value. And I did what any scholarly artist would do. I went to Wikipedia and looked up the painter. The painter's name is Robert Henri. He was originally born Robert Henri Cozad. His father founded the town of Cozad, Nebraska, which is kind of interesting. Being in Nebraska myself, it turns out that his dad ended up shooting somebody, and even though he was exonerated in court, he sent his children into different parts of the United States and they legally changed their name. So Robert Henri Cozad changed it to Henri. He became a famous art teacher, and he went on to teach other famous American painters like Edward Hopper and George Bellows. Doing this master copy, it felt like I was taking painting lessons from Robert Henri for a couple months. It was really, really beneficial to have very specific technique-oriented things just pop out at me to see where I faltered a little bit and to see what areas I need to work on. The big takeaways for me were, one, that I need to spend a lot more time on my drawings. If I'm gonna do a portrait, I need to spend a long time really dialing in those angles and proportions. Secondly, I really appreciated the attention to the subtle shift in color and the subtle shifts in value. And I feel like doing this master copy opened my eyes to see that a little bit more. And lastly, a big takeaway for me was to really think about how light affects color, not to just see something that's green and paint it as green, but to really think about the effects of light, because that can have a significant change of that color. It made me think that really all of us, whatever creativity you do, that all of us can benefit from studying a master in our creative field. If you're a cook, take a recipe from one of your favorite chefs, follow the recipe, but then take what you learn from that and try to make your own recipe from that. As a musician, learn the music of one of your favorite musicians, but then take what you've learned from that and then try to write your own song. And definitely if you're a visual artist, copy a work from somebody you admire and then try to see what lessons can you learn from that. The art from the past has so much to teach us, and all of us have in some way been affected and inspired by the art that artists from before us laid down. And so their art trickles down through history to inspire and encourage us. And likewise, so does the art that you make affects the people around you and can inspire creativity down the road for future generations. That's why you have a voice that matters. So go be creative, use your voice for good, and I'll see you next time.